Did you know there's a song from the 1960s that, according to many experts, forever transformed popular music and laid the foundation for what we listen to today? In this video, we'll take a journey through those groundbreaking tracks that broke the rules, bringing technical and artistic innovations the music industry had never seen before. These are the 10 songs that changed music history forever. And trust me, the number one will definitely surprise you. Let's dive in. Number 10. My Generation, The Who. Released in October 1965, My Generation by The Who quickly became a true anthem for the rebellious youth of the 60s. Written by Pete Townshend, the song captured the frustration of an entire generation that felt misunderstood by the older one. The line, "I hope I die before I get old," became a defining declaration of the youthful spirit of that era. What made it truly groundbreaking was Roger Daltrey's distinctive stuttered delivery, an interpretive choice that conveyed nervous energy and defiance, combined with John Entwistle's explosive bass solo, considered one of the very first in rock history. In 2004, Rolling Stone ranked it at number 11 on its list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. And yes, many critics also regard it as one of the earliest precursors of punk. Number 9. Be My Baby, The Ronettes. Released in August 1963 by The Ronettes, Be My Baby was written by Phil Spector along with Jeff Barry and Ellie Greenwich. The song reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 4 in the UK, establishing the group as a dominant force in the early 60s music scene. The iconic drum beat that opens the track became an absolute landmark in pop music, replicated countless times in later productions. Its impact on contemporary artists was immediate. Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys was so impressed that he wrote "Don't Worry Baby" as a direct response. Over time, Be My Baby has been celebrated as one of the greatest songs ever recorded and a cornerstone in the evolution of pop music. Tell me in the comments, did you know just how important that drum beat was for the future of pop? Number 8. Light My Fire, The Doors. Released in January 1967, Light My Fire by The Doors quickly became a defining anthem of the psychedelic rock era. Primarily written by guitarist Robbie Krieger, with creative input from the entire band, the song stunned the world by blending jazz and rock in a way that was almost unheard of at the time. The impact was immediate. It shot to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and propelled The Doors to international stardom. One unforgettable moment came during their appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show. Producers asked Jim Morrison to change the line, "Girl, we couldn't get much higher," due to its perceived drug reference. True to his rebellious spirit, Morrison flat out refused and sang the original lyrics live. The result? The band was banned from the show forever. Number 7. The Sound of Silence, Simon and Garfunkel. Written by Paul Simon in 1964, The Sound of Silence is a profound reflection on miscommunication and social alienation. The original version was recorded acoustically, but it failed to gain much attention at first. Everything changed in 1965, when producer Tom Wilson added electric instruments without Simon and Garfunkel's knowledge. That unexpected fusion of folk and rock surprised everyone and propelled the song to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its influence grew even stronger in 1967, when it became part of the soundtrack for The Graduate, cementing its place as an absolute classic of popular culture. Over the decades, The Sound of Silence has been covered by countless artists and continues to resonate with new generations, reminding us of the timeless power of its message. Were you surprised to learn that the electric instrumentation was added without Simon and Garfunkel even knowing?
Seeds while I was sleeping.
Number 6. Respect. Aretha Franklin. Respect was originally written and recorded by Otis Redding in 1965, but it was Aretha Franklin's version, released in 1967, that became a true anthem of both the feminist movement and the civil rights struggle in the United States. What's remarkable about Aretha's performance is how she transformed Redding's plea into a powerful declaration of empowerment. She added unforgettable touches, like the commanding spelling of R-E-S-P-E-C-T and the fiery "Sock It to Me" backing vocals, which amplified the song's message of autonomy and dignity. The track not only soared to number 1 on the Billboard charts, but also cemented Aretha's status as the undisputed Queen of Soul. In 2021, Rolling Stone ranked it at number 5 on their list of the 500 greatest songs of all time, confirming its everlasting legacy. Number 5. Gimme Shelter, The Rolling Stones. Released in 1969 as the opening track of Let It Bleed, Gimme Shelter by the Rolling Stones is often described as the darkest and most urgent song of their career. From the very first notes of Keith Richards' eerie guitar riff, the track feels like a warning siren, announcing the chaos and uncertainty of the late 60s. Written by Mick Jagger and Richards, the song addressed themes of war, violence, and social unrest. It was a reflection of its time. The Vietnam War raged overseas, civil rights protests filled the streets, and political assassinations had shaken the world. The atmosphere was heavy with fear, and Gimme Shelter gave that fear a voice. The recording session produced one of the most unforgettable moments in rock history. Called into the studio in the middle of the night, backing vocalist Merry Clayton arrived in pajamas and curlers, not knowing she was about to deliver a performance for the ages. Her anguished cries of "Rape! Murder! It's just a shot away!" pushed her voice to the breaking point, cracking with raw emotion. That imperfection, left in the final version, became the very soul of the track, transforming it from a rock song into a chilling document of human desperation. With Richards' menacing guitar, Charlie Watts' thunderous drumming, Jagger's urgent delivery, and Clayton's searing vocals, the song transcended music to become a cultural symbol. Over the years, Gimme Shelter has been used in countless films and documentaries whenever filmmakers wanted to capture a sense of impending doom. It remains more than just a song. It is the sound of a world on the brink. Number 4. All Along the Watchtower. Jimi Hendrix. All Along the Watchtower was originally written by Bob Dylan and first appeared on his 1967 album John Wesley Harding. Dylan's version was sparse and acoustic, built around little more than guitar, harmonica, and his distinctive voice. It had a haunting quality, but it was restrained and minimal in its arrangement. Then came Jimi Hendrix. In January 1968, Hendrix entered the studio, and by September of that year, his interpretation would appear on Electric Ladyland. That version would go on to become a defining milestone in the history of rock music. Hendrix took Dylan's bare-bones folk composition and completely reimagined it, transforming it into a thunderous electric masterpiece. His rendition was infused with searing intensity and emotional weight, powered by his extraordinary guitar technique and his ability to channel raw feeling through every note. What Dylan had presented as an intimate folk ballad, Hendrix expanded into a sweeping epic that resonated with audiences around the world and redefined the possibilities of the song forever. The impact was undeniable. Hendrix's version climbed to number 20 on the Billboard Hot 100, making it the most commercially successful single of his career in the United States. The recording also featured remarkable guest contributions, including Dave Mason on 12-string acoustic guitar, adding depth and texture, and Brian Jones of the Rolling Stones, who provided subtle percussion that enhanced the song's hypnotic atmosphere. Over the decades, All Along the Watchtower has never lost its power. Frequently used in films, television, and cultural moments, it has endured as a timeless classic. And today, it is celebrated as one of the greatest reinterpretations in the entire history of rock music. Number 3. Good Vibrations. The Beach Boys. Released in October 1966, Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys is widely regarded as one of the crown jewels of the psychedelic pop era and a true masterpiece of 20th century music. At the time of its release, the song sounded unlike anything else on the radio. Fresh, daring, and full of sonic colors that instantly caught the attention of audiences around the world. Composed and produced by Brian Wilson, the track became a showcase of his genius and obsession with detail. What set it apart was not only its beautiful melodies, but also its complex structure and the groundbreaking use of modular recording. Instead of being tracked in a single session, fragments were recorded in multiple studios, with different arrangements and textures, and then meticulously pieced together to form the final version. This labor-intensive process demanded countless hours and extraordinary resources, making Good Vibrations one of the most expensive singles ever produced during the 60s. A bold risk that paid off enormously. The results were immediate and undeniable. Good Vibrations soared to number 1 in both the United States and the United Kingdom, an achievement that solidified the Beach Boys' status as one of the most innovative bands of their generation and cemented the track as a milestone in the history of popular music. Among its many distinctive qualities, one stood out above all: the haunting sound of the electro-theremin. This unusual electronic instrument provided an ethereal, otherworldly tone that perfectly reinforced the song's dreamlike and almost cosmic atmosphere. The innovation, ambition, and sophistication of Good Vibrations ensured that it would be remembered not just as a commercial triumph, but also as a lasting influence on the development of both pop and rock for decades to come. Number 2. A Day in the Life, The Beatles.
I read the news today.
Released in 1967 as the closing track of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, A Day in the Life is widely considered one of the Beatles' greatest artistic achievements and a song that perfectly encapsulates their genius during the most experimental phase of their career. Serving as the grand finale of an already groundbreaking album, it left listeners with a sense of awe that continues to this day. The composition merges two very distinct sections. The first, written by John Lennon, drew inspiration from newspaper articles, including the tragic death of his close friend Tara Brown in a car accident. Lennon's haunting voice and sparse arrangement create an atmosphere of melancholy and contemplation. The second section, penned by Paul McCartney, offers a sharp contrast. It evokes everyday memories of his youth, such as the simple routine of catching the bus to school. The sudden shift in tone between Lennon's somber reflection and McCartney's playful recollection gives the track a unique duality, both intimate and universal. The production, directed by George Martin, was revolutionary. It featured a full 40-piece orchestra instructed to build from near silence to a chaotic crescendo, capturing an overwhelming sense of tension and release. The song concluded with a single piano chord struck simultaneously by multiple hands, resonating for more than 40 seconds and creating a hypnotic effect that felt both grand and unsettling.
Fell out of bed, dragged a comb across.
As a final playful touch, the Beatles added a high-frequency tone, audible only to dogs, hidden at the end of the track as an inside joke. The complexity, experimentation, and boldness of A Day in the Life have firmly cemented its place in music history, ranking at number 28 on Rolling Stone's list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. Before we continue, I invite you to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our videos about the legends of rock. We upload new content every week. Now, let's keep going. Number 1. Like a Rolling Stone, Bob Dylan.
Everybody that was hanging out.
And here it is, the grand revelation, Like a Rolling Stone, released by Bob Dylan in July 1965, a song that marked a true turning point in the history of popular music. At a time when radio favored short, polished singles, Dylan dared to release a track that stretched beyond 6 minutes, challenging both industry norms and audience expectations. Its groundbreaking fusion of folk and rock, combined with its unusual length, shattered every convention of the music business in the mid-60s. The song was born from an extended poem Dylan had written after an exhausting tour of England, a period that left him creatively drained, yet searching for a new artistic direction. Out of that frustration emerged a piece that would forever change the way popular music could sound and what it could express. The track ultimately climbed to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, proving that audiences were ready for something bolder and more ambitious. The recording was elevated even further by the improvisation of organist Al Kooper, who, though not originally scheduled to play, added that now iconic organ riff almost by accident. His haunting lines became the backbone of the song, giving it a distinctive texture that remains instantly recognizable to this day. The lyrics tell the story of Miss Lonely, a woman who, after a life of privilege, finds herself abandoned and adrift, serving as a metaphor for human fragility and the painful loss of identity. The cultural impact of Like a Rolling Stone was so profound that Rolling Stone magazine ranked it number 1 on its list of the 500 greatest songs of all time in both 2004 and 2010. Did you expect this timeless anthem to hold the top spot? As you've seen, each of these songs not only defined its era, but also transcended generations, shaping the musical landscape as we know it today, and elevating their creators to the rank of undisputed legends. But the story doesn't end here. If Light My Fire turned the Doors into rock gods, it was far from their only immortal anthem. In the next video, we'll explore a list of their most iconic tracks and uncover the true greatness of their legacy. Click now and join us on this unique journey.